Welcome, everyone. So glad that you could join us today as we take a closer look at how real-time communications are being enabled within the fitness vertical through Zoom's Video SDK. My name is Ryan Tong. I'm the Senior Manager of Strategic Alliances. I'm part of the ISV, Integrated Software Vendors and Platform Partnerships team here at Zoom. So I've been with Zoom for the last 2 years, have seen a lot of growth at the company. And for those of you who are less familiar and less acquainted with the ISV team, we are the team that enables partners to integrate Zoom into their product surfaces by coding against the Zoom platform. One of the partners in our portfolio, the valued partners in our portfolio, is today's speaker, my friend Rohit Bhardwaj of Tab Fit. Ro, we're really excited to have you here today. Do you want to go ahead and briefly introduce yourself? Tell us about yourself and what you're working on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ryan, for having me over today at Zoomtopia. It's my pleasure. So like you mentioned, my name is Rohit. I go by Ro as well. I'm based out of Bay Area, California, and I'm the founder and CEO of TabFit. So TabFit, like you rightly said, we are partnering up with Zoom. It's an online platform that connects fitness and sports, as well as buddies and trainers, both online and in person across the world. So our mission statement is 1:1 global workouts, anytime, anywhere.
Great. Excited to dig in here and inspire some other developers to code against our platform and build something with the Video SDK. So awesome. I think we could just start off by having you tell us a little bit about the beginnings of building TabFit. So what was your kind of goal when you set out to do this, and how did you just get going?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question again, Ryan. So when we were, TabFit is my own personal, journey. Several years back, I was diagnosed diabetic, and my doctor told me that the only way that you can actually control diabetes is by working out. Go to a gym, hire a trainer, try to reduce some weight. And when I started going through the Holy Grail, I figured out that it's not that easy. It's not easy to keep going back to the mat. A, I lacked motivation. B, I wanted to hire trainers, but they were really, really expensive. So I could not afford them on a regular basis. And then over a period of time, when my health started improving, I started figuring out ways of trying to, bridge this gap of personal motivation and the affordability around trainers. So I figured out that the motivation that I was personally getting was through the friends that I could make as a part of my fitness journey, whether it was my wife, whether it was my friends who were working out with me. I wanted to see them more, and that made my fitness more enjoyable. And my trainer, who was expensive, but yeah, he made me accountable. So it really helped me to catch up with my medical issue. But then also I figured out that if this was happening to me, then must be happening to the rest of the world as well. So we started surveying with other people, with my friends, family, friends, and workers, colleagues, and so on and so forth. It was very interesting stat that we found out that a lot of people who were traveling, a lot of people who have sales job, people who are moms, people who have kids, and so on and so forth, or busy schedules, they were actually having the same kind of issues. And they were not having more access to fitness on a more regular basis. So we wanted to solve that and make fitness more accessible, yet motivating a lot of people into fitness, right? So that was the genesis of TabFit, so that we can actually provide fitness at your doorstep, anytime, anywhere, to a click of a button. It's all up, where you actually have a community of buddies and trainers available to you. Also, not only the buddies, if you have your existing friends, you can bring them on TabFit platform. Or if you don't have a friend, you've moved on to a new city or new country, you should be able to find fitness buddies who you can tag along, both online and in person. Or you can find a trainer both online and in person at a place of your location, right? So that's the genesis, a little bit of a history behind why TabFit platform came into being what it is today.
That's great. I think you summarized all of that really well. And just to share something anecdotal, I definitely am one of those travelers. I've done a lot of business travel in my 14, 15-year career in tech. And I know the convenience factor is huge when it comes to a lot of things, not just fitness, right? Being able to fit something into a busy schedule often determines whether or not it gets done or doesn't get done. So definitely see how that could be really beneficial to people who want to maintain their health and the social aspect as well. I can see how that's really valuable because I know that
Yeah.
when I've tried to achieve my own fitness goals, having a buddy, a friend, or a relative, or fitness trainer to help me set goals, right? That's really keeps me motivated.
Yeah, and statistically also, I want to bring a couple of more points here, Ryan. So one, I don't know if you're aware, but two-thirds of all the adult resolutions which are made on in during New Year time, they center around fitness. And out of all the two-thirds resolutions, 73% of the people don't stick to their resolutions at all. And if you interview most of the people are actually running busy, they don't feel motivated, and that's why they start leaving these gyms, or you may call the journey towards fitness. Now, the second is also that I don't know if you're also aware that around 10 to 15 billion dollars is lost every year in unused gym memberships, right? So it's not only the wastage, people are just buying the membership and never using it because of lack of motivation or accountability. And that's where TabFit wanted to be the bridge between a personal motivation and your personal fitness, right? So we want to motivate more people, the fence sitters, bring them into a living and breathing fitness community.
Right, right. So how did you decide that you needed video to be part of this experience? I think there's different ways to communicate with people virtually. You can chat through text-based interfaces. You can use audio, VoIP. How did you know that video is something that you wanted to include?
See, Ryan, it's no secret, right? The world is getting more flat by the day, and pandemic has made us go through different things in a weird ways, and Zoom has seen it all through the front, right? And we started our journey off like an in-person buddy up or buddy to trainer kind of a concept. But then later on, when we figured out that pandemic had already hit, and not only pandemic, right, future can hit with some other kind of virus, and people again will be holed up in their homes or wherever they are, right? So they cannot just walk away from fitness. So we wanted to bring fitness to their home, to their doorstep. Like I said before, people are traveling. I don't want, if they don't have a gym, I don't want them to be without a fitness session, right? So they should be able to stick back to their resolutions that they made, first part of the year, and give them more opportunities to work out with trainers or with buddies. And as well as we have a very interesting roadmap coming up with sessions and so on and so forth. So we'll give them more opportunities. And video was the only reason or way of providing them with that motivation during the time of pandemic. And we all know that how the world is changing, right? We know that around the last survey that was done earlier part of this year, 59% of the people said they're not going to go back to the gyms. So if they're not going back to the gym, that means they need more home solutions, they need more office solutions, or anytime, anywhere fitness that we call via TabFit.
Great. Yeah, it's very clear the problem was, how you defined it, and how you went about solving it. So
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense to me. I'd like to dig into that a little bit more deeply and understand how you ultimately decided to partner with Zoom, and in particular how you decided to use the video SDK. Why did you ultimately decide to implement the video SDK into TabFit, and what was your kind of decision matrix like? How did you evaluate different solutions, and what were maybe some of the primary reasons that you ultimately went with Zoom?
No, absolutely. Again, a great question, Ryan. So we didn't want to compromise on technology. We wanted to be known as a technology platform, and we were very ambitious as a company because TabFit is not a local concept; it's a global concept.
Right.
And when you have a global concept like TabFit, you want to actually erase those boundary walls and go across the world, across the countries, and have people enjoy the company of buddies and trainers across the world. And for that vision or that roadmap, you need a partner who has that kind of footprint. And when we interviewed various partners like Amazon's or other competitors, we figured out on a lot of scales they were missing a lot of ground. A lot of the SDKs, your competitors, they were not ready with it. And even if they were ready, they were not easily customizable to our needs. And even if they were customizable, I think they were missing on the bandwidth or the resolution challenges, right? And that fit is all about experience. It's about experience that, and my motto has been how to motivate more people. Think about they are having sessions and now it's dropping off, right? We wanted to have a solution that was very scalable and can, like I said, cut across boundaries. And people know how to use that solution earlier. And I'm very thankful that Zoom was available at that point in time when we came up knocking at your doors. And I think you guys were much ahead of the curve as far as your competition was concerned. So we got all those covered. My technical team and I, we were engaged with your team and figured out that you guys were providing that SDK that exactly customized to our needs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I know that, again, we've scaled as a company over the last year in particular, right? 2 years that I've been here, but especially over the last year. And we have users all over the world, as do our developers, to which we are providing the solutions. And I'm sure there's nothing more frustrating, for example, than starting a workout and then, the video being interrupted or cutting off for whatever reason, whether it's less than ideal internet connectivity or just someone getting confused how to manipulate things within the user interface. So I'm glad that we were able to provide a really robust solution for you all, and that's been really beneficial for you and your users. That's really satisfying to hear, and that's one of the reasons why I love this job. As far as collaborating with Zoom and working with the video SDK, I know that TabFit was one of the earliest adopters, right? You guys were very early adopters, so definitely took the plunge and kind of bared with us. Can you tell us like how you collaborated with your team and also with the Zoom team? Did you collaborate with anyone in person, or was it primarily virtually through Zoom and perhaps other tools?
I mean, to be honest with you, given the success that you guys saw for the past 2 years, I wasn't, ready for that kind of reception, the one that we got from Zoom. So we thought that you guys must be such a big company that we will probably be lost, finding right people and resources. But I think I'm very, very happy the way we were engaged with you people, right? So right from your sales team, who handholded us, who understood all our requirements, and based on our requirements, they passed us on to the engineering team who are working on video SDK. And before that, I got an opportunity to meet with the head of your platforms, actually, who came on, a Zoom call with me for 30 minutes. She sat down with me and understood the requirements, and based on my requirements, she recommended Zoom Video SDK. And ever since then, the journey has been very smooth. I think my engineering team got really, we formed a group with your engineering team, and we were able to exchange issues and concerns. The documentation was really helpful for us to follow while we were designing the entire app. And then whenever we were stuck, your engineers were always there to help us out. So it was great collaborative environment. And I know that, Ryan, a couple of times you helped us out as well. So I have nothing but, great things to talk about Zoom and our partnership with you guys.
Yeah, and likewise. I think you've been really patient through the process and very willing to collaborate. I know that the documentation is there. We have developer forums up and running. You may have referenced those, but ultimately it comes down to kind of communication with the team, whether that's the business team or the technical team. I know that our developer advocacy team is world class, and they're always willing to roll their sleeves up, get in there, and look at a code base, help a developer, and the teams that are external kind of troubleshoot. So great that you had a positive experience, and again, hopefully you'll be able to inspire other folks who are thinking about building Zoom into their apps to kind of take the plunge here. But now we're getting to the most exciting part of our conversation, where you get to tell us in fine detail what you built. So
absolutely, look forward to that.
I'm going to go ahead and roll this video. And if you can kind of narrate us through, take us through the experience of getting a workout going, a social workout going over TabFit, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. And Ryan, as you roll the video, I would like to quickly talk about like I said, it's a finding workout buddy app. So there are two components of the app. You can look out for workout buddies or sports buddies across the world. And also you can do the same thing for trainers. So one side is buddy side, one side is trainer side. And the demo that we're going to see probably is going to focus right from buddy to trainer. So now you go on the coach side, look for different coaches, read about their details, stats. You can chat with a trainer and say, hey, what are you looking at? I would like to work out at what time? What time do you want to have a session? Do you want to have an instant session or later? So, but you can talk about all your needs of fitness through a simple chat mechanism. Then you can request a session. The session are two types, now and later. And the now is an instant connection, right? So you can open up your app right there. You can see each other, trainer and the trainee. You have a timer up there on the left. You can talk to each other. You can hear each other out. You can play a music in the background, and also you can type comments as well as chat with each other. In case of those third world countries who do not have great the bandwidth, then they can actually talk to each other, or they can chat. After a session is done, you can actually review each other, so that now we are building a safe community which is based on realistic reviews.
That's great. That's great. I know that was really quick, but I think you highlighted all of the features really well. I love that you're able to connect with someone after a workout, because sometimes, you maybe feel like it went really well, but other times there might be, an opportunity for improvement or an area for improvement. So that makes a lot of sense. And I know that a lot of meeting fitness goals is about habit formation. So if you can kind of establish a rapport with someone, or like, set up a schedule with the trainer, for example, keep yourself accountable over a set period of time, then that can be really, really beneficial. So looks really clean. Love the interface, very simple, straightforward, easy to use. And I think that is one of the benefits of the video SDK, right? Is that you can create exactly the interface you want, which you alluded to really well there. I know that the future looks very bright for you and your team, Ro. What from your perspective, does the future of Tab, the future of Rohit Bhardwaj look like? And what are some of the near-term goals that you have?
Yeah, I think we're going to go with a blitzkrieg approach right now. We want to go ahead and, like I said, make fitness accessible to various parts of the world, connect more and more people to this app, make it more kind of a living and breathing fitness community, and go back to our mission, which is like bring more motivation as well as excitement towards fitness. So that's our mission. So we'll keep expanding. We have great features coming up. Now we are going to partner with you guys more solidly, but this was a tip of the iceberg. So we have other features coming very, very soon, and we'll be very aggressive in the market, because I think this is the future, and we are investing in the future, and we want to expand very quickly.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear, and we're really excited here at Zoom to taking that journey forward with you. I know that this is just the tip of the iceberg, as you said, and that there's lots of exciting features you have planned, lots of growth that you have planned. And I think it's also really cool that you have a very international user base, because there's good alignment between TabFit and Zoom there. I mean, we're a very international company. People worldwide are using Zoom every day, and increasingly using a lot of applications that are powered by Zoom, right? That have Zoom video conferencing, video SDK built into them. So that is all super exciting. Last question I have for you: how can people learn more about TabFit? How can they download the app themselves and give this a whirl? Because I'm sure that once we conclude here, a lot of people are going to want to do that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ryan. So we are available both on iOS and Google Play Store. So on iOS, they can go to Apple Store and look for Tab Space Fit. They can download and start playing with the app. And also on the Google Play Store, they can look up for Tab Space Fit. They'll see our app there. Just go ahead and download. And I think for more product and packages and other training features, they can go to the tab.fit website, https tab.fit. We're available. So we'll be very excited for new users who want to come and be a part of the community.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Ro, for sharing your experience with us. Again, hopefully your story inspires others to learn more about Zoom's platform opportunities for developers create their own apps.